The Man with the Yin-Yang Eyes. Season 2. Episode 4. Boss, is that your granddaughter? At first, I kept looking at the poster and thinking about when and where I had met that girl. Done. As soon as I saw her back, I remembered when I met her. Right. What's wrong? Have you met her before? You have met her, right? Tell me, when did you meet her? As soon as I asked about his granddaughter, the restaurant owner became agitated. He came out of the counter and shook me by the shoulder repeatedly. He seemed to be expecting me to tell the news of his granddaughter. I don't know how to respond to the shop owner. I have indeed met his granddaughter. But what if he heard me say that what I saw was the ghost of the little girl? The little girl is already dead. Hey boss, why are you shaking my friend like this? Cash was then or what? Once we've counted the money, let go of him, we have to go home. When I left earlier, Big D was still drunk and lay on the table. But for some reason, just when I was confused and didn't know what to do, he suddenly rushed out and freed me. It turns out that it hasn't been charged yet? I'll put the money here. Big D, with one hand placed money on the counter, his other hand hastily pushed me out. I feel extremely confused about Big D's actions. Too slow. Hurry up and go home. You're too slow like a turtle. Big D kept urging me to go fast and pushing me outside. Finally, when I got to the door, I turned around and looked again. Inside, the shop owner had a sad and disappointed expression on his face. The look on his face made me feel uncomfortable and guilty. Let go. Let me go by myself. Don't pull me. When I got outside, I angrily jerked my hand away from Big D's hand. You keep trying to drag me out here? I have an unfinished business. What do you want to say? Tell him you saw the little girl's ghost? Who do you think you are to take care of so much? Big D is no longer drunk. Now he looks sober, and he even knows what I'm up to. I don't know why he stopped me from telling the shop owner where the girl was, but it seems Big D doesn't want me to interfere in the matter. Why not? According to him, we do this job to earn a living. So why stop me now? Even when I was just an ordinary person, not yet a disciple of Mr. Simmons, he always taught me to protect justice and help those who died unjustly. So have you thought about the trouble we'll have when you get involved in this? Are you sure that you will be able to solve those problems properly? Big D started shouting at me when he heard my words. According to him, when I get involved in this matter, we will be in danger. When I heard Big D say that, I was a bit stunned. Indeed, my master never taught me how to deal with problems like this. Besides, since the day I followed my master, I've only met ordinary people, no one as scary and dangerous as that brat and his gang. Then we can go to the police. Then who will believe you? Do you have any proof? Who will believe your words, that you have yin-yang eyes and see ghosts? It is true that except for the Officer Lee that I used to know in my hometown, no one would believe what I said. Now get in the car and go home first. We have one for tomorrow. After a fierce struggle, Big D also lowered his voice. It seemed that he saw that I had calmed down a bit, so he took this opportunity to speak up and pushed me inside the car. When I got in the car and was fastening my seatbelt, I remembered something. It's obvious that you were drunk earlier, right? He even joked with me. I suddenly remembered what happened earlier in the restaurant. Big D's sobriety speed is also too fast compared to normal. Quickly stop and let me get off the car. I'm really annoyed. Come on. Okay. Let's go home. You don't make any more trouble here. Big D didn't say a word to explain what just happened. He just said a few fake words to let it go. I want to return home with my master. I do not want to stay here with you any longer. Oh my God, hurry up and book me a ticket so I can fly home. Along the way, I kept asking Big D to let me go home. After returning home, Big D returned to the drunken state from earlier. He ignored me and went back to his room to go to sleep immediately. I was extremely surprised by what happened tonight. In the middle of the night, Big D woke up to go to the bathroom. I'm lying on the sofa and thinking about something. Big D accidentally saw me. Oh my God, why don't you go to sleep, sit alone in the dark? You made me jerk all over. Big D rebuked me for startling him. What's your problem? Why are you so dreamy? After complaining about a few sentences, Big D asked me what was wrong with me. At this time, I was still immersed in dozens of thoughts, so I didn't pay attention to what he asked or did. Want a cigarette? Do you still think you want to get involved in that dead girl's business? Big D took the initiative to sit down and continue talking to me. It looks like he saw through what I was thinking. Okay, tomorrow I will take you to the place where the other gang gathers so you can have a look, and about our customers, I will reschedule. Big D told me his intentions. He seemed to want to take me to the other guys so I could see their growth and brutality and quickly gave up. Really? How about tomorrow? Are you serious? Yes, I will take you away tomorrow morning. Now go to sleep and stop scaring me here. When I heard Big D's confirmation like that, I came to my senses. I really want to help that girl, want to help her get revenge. The next morning, Big D woke up very early, and he took me away as promised last night. What are we carrying these for? Of course, it's camouflage, but whatever, don't take your hat off. Big D gave me a cap and told me to put it on, and he himself put on another hat and a sweatshirt, looking quite a hip-hop. Listen to me. When you get there you have to listen to me, you know. Don't be messy. Making a small mistake can result in the loss of your life. Big D kept giving me instructions. Okay, I know, I said. After I nodded and hummed through what Big D had to say, he finally started the car and took me where I wanted to go. It seemed like we were slowly moving away from the bustling city center and into the deserted suburbs. Well, I don't know why you keep asking for justice for those ghosts. Did you always have such a sense of defending justice before or only after you met my brother? I don't know, maybe after meeting my master. Before, I didn't care that much. I originally just thought that I should keep things to myself and hide away from the noisy world. But since following my master, I have changed completely. If I encounter a ghost with some injustice that I can't help, I feel extremely guilty. This has come. You'd better sit tight and avoid showing your face. After talking for a while, we finally arrived. Big D told me to lower myself to avoid showing my face. Why do you have to be sneaky? Don't joke. Being careless is like losing your life. Don't forget that they are not only numerous but also have guns. Big D seems to be very afraid and wary of this gang. And I don't know anything about them, so I'm still confused. Even though I thought that I also listened to Big D, lowered my body, and then looked outside. Outside was a group of people. All of them are rough and fierce. They all have at least one similar tattoo on their bodies, and they all carry guns, just like what Big D said. It looks like Big D isn't fooling me. This is actually a dangerous gang and is the same as that gangster I saw yesterday. Just as I was looking at it, suddenly a car passed our car, and I saw the tall, muscular guy who hit me, the same guy who was followed by the ghost of the little girl. Hey Big D, that is him. Who are you talking about? Right after that, I immediately asked Big D to go faster and followed the car. It's the big, brutish guy that touched me and made me lose my glasses. The guy that was followed by the ghost of that little girl. What? Pursuing him for what? When I mentioned that guy, Big D seemed quite scared. Hurry up and follow that car. There's a good chance there's a clue about that little girl. I don't care much. At this point, I kept urging Big D I want him to follow the other car. If anything goes wrong, we could come back anytime. That is enough. I'll do it." After a while of being mumbled in his ear continuously, Big D finally agreed to follow the car I pointed at. However, while driving, the Big D mumbled and complained. When we followed the other car for a few minutes, the car suddenly stopped in front of a restaurant. We also stopped. Our car stopped some distance away. The people in the car got off and went inside the restaurant one by one. At that moment, I also raised my hand to take off my dark glasses. When I took my glasses off my eyes, I saw the ghost of the little girl still stalking behind the man. "Hey, where are you going?" Then I opened the car door and got out. Big D called after me and asked where I was going. "I want to find some clues from that little girl." "Oh my, you're driving me crazy. I really want to find out the cause of that girl's death." I quickly walked away without caring what Big D was saying. "Don't do such a risky thing." Big D saw that I didn't pay attention to my words, so he got out of the car and quickly followed me. Finally, Big D caught up with me and followed me inside the restaurant. "Hurry up and pull off your hat and put your glasses on." Big D was walking beside me while nagging me to do this and that and all that. He himself pulled the hood of his coat and put it over his head. "Quickly sit down, don't look too much." Big D found a spot close to them, and he pushed me down. Then another series of instructions rang in my ears. "Don't say anything stupid. You have to listen to what I say." Big D seemed to breathe a sigh of relief when the others weren't paying too much attention to us. While we were talking, a waiter came over and asked what we would like to have. Although I can barely understand what the waiter said, my Chinese is not good enough to reply. So at that time, Big D ordered some dishes for me. "Sit here and do nothing. I'll be right back when I'm done peeing." "I know, just go." After ordering, Big D told me he had a problem with urine, and he told me not to move around or do anything stupid. He said he'd be right back. When Big D was gone for a while, the man I was keeping an eye on also stood up. It looks like he wants to go to the bathroom too. When I saw that, I didn't pay attention to Big D's words but immediately got up and followed. I walked next to the burly man and felt that he was too tall. Just as the barbarian guy passed and walked in front of me, I raised my hand and took off my glasses. I recently discovered that, apart from the yin-yang eyes, I have another ability. I can come into contact with some ghosts, and through that contact, I can see their memory, set of stories that happened to them. I saw the restaurant owner's granddaughter, and I quickly reached out and touched her. As soon as my hand reached the top of her head, I felt a chill rush through my body. And then, suddenly, a few images popped into my head. First, I saw the picture she was on the road.